That taste of home, just to remind our deployed service members that we miss them, we're proud of them, and we love them.
Military Missions was founded in 2004 by Beth Pennington, a mother of a Marine. She says she saw a need to support her son and his fellow soldiers from afar. Military Missions sends care packages to thousands of soldiers for Easter, 4th of July, Veterans Day/Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
This is a 24/7, 365-day effort.
From floor to ceiling, the shelves at Military Missions are full. Board member Dan Kett says it's thanks to generous donations from the community. He says while volunteers have been busy packing the holiday boxes, they notice they're in need of 4 key items:
toothpaste, individually wrapped snack items, hardtack candy, and feminine hygiene products.
Kett says the boxes are filled to the brim with things they can't typically get on base.
The pictures of them opening their care packages, and they're just saying thank you and how much it means to them. It's truly special.
They'll also find a special handwritten note of support.
Every soldier, every sailor, every airman receives a card. And sometimes those are from adults, but oftentimes those are from students from local schools.
Kett says it's important that these servicemen and women all over the world aren't forgotten while they're fighting for our freedoms.
We owe a debt of gratitude that we'll never be able to repay to those who have and currently do serve. So it's our way of saying thank you.
That was Mariah Congito reporting. Military Missions would like to have all of the donations by November 17th so those boxes can be sent out in time.